was going to a prison to see a client, and I parked my car in the prison. There was a truck out there, and this truck was like a shrine to the Old South. You see this a lot in my state. This truck had all of these bumper stickers. It had these flags. It had the gun rack. It had all of this imagery. And I was really challenged by it because there were bumper stickers on this truck I'd actually never seen before. One of the bumper stickers read, quote, "If I'd known it was going to be like this, I'd have picked my own cotton." Hadn't seen that one before. And I was really challenged by it. I went up to the door, and there was a white guard at the door. When I got there, this man said to me, I said, "Hi, my name is Bryan Stevenson. I'm here for a legal visit." And the man said, "You're not a lawyer." I said, "No, yes, sir, I am. I've been to this prison before." He said, "I don't believe you're a lawyer. Where's your bar card?" And he made me go get my bar card, which I was insulted by. But I did. I got it, and I brought it back to him and said, "Here's my bar card." He said, "Well, you've got a bar card, but you're still going to get in the bathroom. I'm going to give you a strip search." I said, "No, sir, lawyers don't get strip search coming into this prison." He said, "Well, you're going to get in that bathroom." Couldn't get anybody to help me. So I subjected myself to this humiliating strip search. I went in the bathroom, came back out, was trying to recover some dignity. I said, "Look, I want to see my client now." He said, "Well, you've got to go back there and sign the book." I said, "Lawyers don't have to sign that book. You get back there and sign the book." So I did. And finally, he was letting me into the prison. I was about to walk inside, and he grabbed me by the arm. He said, "Hey, did you see that truck out there with all those bumper stickers and flags?" I said, "Yeah, I saw that truck." He said, I want you to know something." He said, "That's my truck." Really antagonized me. I went into the prison. The client came out. First time I'd ever met this man. He was a young African-American man. And the client came out, and the first thing he did was sit down and say to me, quote, "Did you bring me a chocolate milkshake?" And I thought to myself, this is the strangest day I've had in a really long time. I said, "No, I didn't bring you a chocolate milkshake. I'm your lawyer. I'm here to represent you." And I realized he was hung up on this milkshake. He was very disabled, a lifetime of abuse, was in 29 foster homes by the time he was 10 years old, a schizophrenia, psychosis. In the midst of a psychotic episode, he committed a brutal crime. We started working on the case. I got some great experts involved, and every time I saw this man, I had to tell him I couldn't bring him a milkshake just to get him to pay attention. And it finally was time to go to court about 3 months after I'd met him, and we were there for a hearing. And I had some great experts. I felt good about the case. And I was about ready to start the case when I looked out of the corner of my eye, and there was that guard who had dealt with me so badly sitting in the corner, just staring at me. I said I wasn't going to let him distract him. I put on our case. We had 3 good days in court. I felt good. About a month later, I went back to the prison to go see my client. I parked my car. I'm walking inside, and what do I see but that truck in the parking lot? And I just didn't feel like dealing with it that day. And I decided to come back another day. Drive 2 hours to get there. I'll just come back another day. I was walking back to my car, and I started hearing that song they used to sing during the Civil Rights Movement. We used to sing this song, "Can't let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around." And I realized I wasn't supposed to turn around. So I got my bar card. I said, "I'm just going to go deal with this guy." And I walked up to the door, and sure enough, there was the officer. I said, "Hi, I'm here for a legal visit." And the man cut me off. He said, "Hello, Mr. Stevenson. How are you?" I said, "I'm fine." I said, "I'll go in the bathroom and get ready for your search." He said, "Oh, no, Mr. Stevenson, we're not going to do that today." He threw me. I said, "I'll go back here and sign the book." He said, "Oh, Mr. Stevenson, I saw you coming, and I signed you in." Could not make sense of it. He walked me over to the door. I was trying to figure out what was going on. We got in front of the door, and I was watching this man. And when he got in front of the door, he tried to unlock it, but his hand started shaking so badly he could not get the key in the lock. And I stood there staring at him, and finally he got the key in the lock. He turned around, he looked up at me. His face was bright red. I said, "Mr. Stevenson, there's something I've got to say to you." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Well, I was in that courtroom, and I was listening." He said, "I want you to know that I grew up in the foster care system, too. I had it really bad." He said, "I'm a really angry person, but I learned something in that courtroom." He said, "I've been thinking about this, and there's something I need to tell you." And he looked at me, he says, "I want you to know I think what you're doing is a good thing." And then that guy said to me, "I hope you keep fighting for justice." I would have never imagined it possible. Never imagined it. I said, "Thank you for that. That means the world to me." He said, "Can I please shake your hand?" I shook his hand. I walked inside to see my client, and he grabbed me by the arm. He said, wait. I got to tell you something else." I said, "What's that?" He said, "I just want you to know on the trip back from the courthouse to the prison, I did something." I said, "What'd you do?" He said, "Well, I decided to take an exit, and I took your client to a Wendy's, and I bought him a chocolate milkshake." It's a really silly story, but it speaks to me about how important it is that we stay hopeful. When you begin to accept the narratives that some people can't do this and that situation can't change, you are going to be part of the problem, and changing the hope is essential to changing the world.